My name is Thompson Clark. I am 14 years old, and I started cubing 3 years ago when my brother and I both got a Rubik's Cube for Christmas. I felt challenged to solve it before him just because brotherly competition, so I decided to go online, find out a solution. From there, I was about 5 minutes solving and then just wanting to get faster and faster. It does just come down to practice and practice, but you do have to learn new methods and faster algorithms, which are a series of moves to solve different steps of the cube. And you can find out almost anything about the Rubik's Cube online by joining different forums, just different websites on tricks on how to get faster. And I also actually started a cubing community at my school last year. We had about 10 different members, and eventually all of them learned how to solve the cube, and 2 of them even came to a competition with me.
My name is Eric Lineback. I'm 17 years old, and I first got started into the Rubik's Cube on Christmas in 2006. I got my first Rubik's Cube as a present. The Rubik's Cube actually comes in a lot of different sizes. The 3x3 is this one. It's the iconic one from the 80s. But they've actually come out with bigger size cubes and a smaller size, the 2x2. And I compete in all kinds of size cubes. It goes up to 7x7 in competitions. And I've also learned how to solve them both blindfolded. A lot of people say that you kind of have to be a genius, or assume at least that you have to be really smart or really good at math. However, to solve the cube, it really only takes patience and practice. There's not really math involved, it's just kind of memory skills. My biggest achievement in the cubing so far has been my achievement of solving 11 Rubik's Cubes blindfolded. I went to Niagara for a competition and I memorized 11. It took me an hour and 20 minutes just of memorizing and sitting there staring at cubes. And then it took me another 20 minutes to solve them all, and I got all 11.
My name is Harris Chan and I'm 17 years old. I started cubing back 5 years ago when I saw a Rubik's Cube demonstration on television. It was promoting the Rubik's Cube World Championship 2005. And from then on I looked at it and I thought, well, you know, if you can do it, why couldn't I? So I took it as like a challenge, and I wanted to try to be as fast as him, or even just try to solve the cube. And so after I got the cube from Toys R Us, you know, I started practicing, looking up solutions online, struggling with it. But eventually it paid off and I got really good at it. My first competition was in 2007. That was in the Canadian Open. That was the first competition in Canada after, you know, many years. And there was actually a World Championship that year as well. So basically, since I won the competition, I got sponsored to go to Hungary, which is where the World Championship was held that year, and to represent Canada. And I came 8th there. So in 2009, there's another World Championships in Germany. So I went there again because I won the Canadian Open in 2009 as well. And I placed 4th in that one, so it's close to the top 3, yeah. I've been to many places like in Princeton for US. This summer I went to Hong Kong Open in 2010, yeah. And you know, I talked to the Chinese cubers, you know, my mom was translating a little bit. And I won a keyboard, electronic keyboard there for first prize, so that was interesting. So even though I'm colorblind, I don't think it affected my cubing as much. Maybe just as long as the stickers are different, the shades are kind of different enough, I can tell that distinguish them, it's okay. In fact, even the world champion in 2009 is also colorblind, so maybe it's even an advantage, I don't know. There was one set of stickers that was especially kind of fluorescent that kind of helped me to see better, because sometimes the lighting at the competitions or something like that, it's kind of like making it glare. But as the time goes on, I think I kind of got used to the normal stickers, and I'm fine with them. There's a lot of debate on, like, you know, what the definition of a sport is, like if there's physical thing involved or anything. I sometimes use sports or hobby or leisure. It's all in one big kind of group of an activity that we kind of enjoy doing, and I mean there's competition to it, but like there's also a lot of friendships that happen, and all these things in one package. There can be injuries. Since you're repeatedly turning it, you can get things like Rubik's wrist or like Rubik's thumb. That's from all the collars from like you're, you know, always touching it and then like turning it. If you use a good cube and, you know, you don't practice too much, you know, just lay it down for a bit, it's okay. So I've learned to kind of put it away for a bit and just relax.